Okay.
Alrighty.
I think we are officially back, as long as there's no technical difficulties. Mass Culture Podcast episode 9. Yeah. So we took a long time off. Want to explain that?
Well, in a nutshell, we got done wrapping up our first film, The Carver House. So we had our premiere. We had to take some time off for the podcast to get the film ready and stuff like that, have our premiere, and now we're back.
I want to give a special shout out to Jamal Deakings for coming through and helping with the editing. It was crucial
Absolutely.
to getting the project to look the way it did. Yeah, it turned out to be really good. I mean, so far so good with all the reviews and things that we received. You know, what do you want to talk about that night?
Well, we could talk about a lot of things that night. I mean, it was Night of Champions.
Yeah, Ryan will be forever known as a legend. We'll just put it like that.
Yeah.
Some people will remember that night, but Ryan will have a statue dedicated to him after that night.
Like I've always said, I'm a rock star, you know?
Like a little bit of an Ace Frehley going on.
A little
Frehley.
Frehley.
Why do I always say Ace Frehley, but it just sounds easier.
He was just on the show not too long ago, and the guy said, "What is it, Frehley or Frehley?" He's like, "Well, what? Everyone calls me Frehley, but it's Frehley."
Yeah, it's like one of those. It just
Yeah.
flows easier, Ace Frehley.
Mm-hmm.
Any Kiss news?
Yeah, they officially wrapped up the End of the World tour in New York City at Madison Square Garden, December 1st and 2nd.
We went to the show in Cleveland.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually my first time. I think I've seen Kiss 3 or 4 times live. My first stadium show seeing Kiss, and God, what a difference.
Yeah, see, some bands are stadium shows. You know, when they're doing these outdoor pavilions, it's not the same show.
Yeah, for sure.
It just, you know, it's cool to see them, but like Kiss is like for arenas, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
their laser show, the projections they had going on, the fire. I mean, we were sitting, you know, obviously like away from them, but as soon as they'd flash that fire all the way from the stage, we could feel it.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, God, like instantly too.
Yeah,
as soon as the fire would, you know, feel
Imagine.
it. Holy hell!
I was thinking like Eric Singer, the drummer back there, the whole time, and going off right behind his head and stuff like fireworks. Like
He probably has like no hair on his arms. No.
that's gotta go. Like sometimes you're playing the drums and boom.
Yeah, well, he's used to it, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I mean, Peter Criss started all that.
Yeah, but I mean, Kiss just in general has always been a good theatrical band.
Mm-hmm.
That's why they will live on forever. You know, and they're the typical. Everyone said we made it because we wear the makeup, or how's that expression go? Yeah, so they always say Kiss is one of those bands that without the makeup they never would have made it, but they're one of the bands. I know they're not the first. There's always other people. There's New York Dolls and
Arthur Brown.
yeah, there's people that'll always be credited, but I think they were the first one to have that kind of signature look for all of them. You know, like New York Dolls were. You know, they were who they were. I don't know a lot about the New York Dolls, but I know they dressed up in drag and stuff. And they were 80s, or not 80s, what, 70s hair band.
Yeah.
And they had a cool look, too. But Kiss was like, this was your uniform, this is my uniform. They'd switch it up once in a while, but the makeup was definitely on another level.
See, in the beginning, Paul Stanley, when he was doing the Bandit, a lot of people don't realize that he had, before it was like he was a star child, he was doing the Bandit thing a little bit.
What I find fascinating about Kiss, and for those who don't know, they still do their own makeup.
Yeah.
Their own, like before each show, they put on their own makeup. And you would think for sure that they would have some assistant.
At one point, yeah, they had all this money to have someone else doing it. Nope.
They're just used to doing it.
And that's part of the thing. They don't want no one in their locker room before a show.
So it's like a ritual.
Yeah, no one's allowed in.
Yeah, I've seen like, you know, behind the scenes footage of them, and to see them put their own makeup on just it blows my mind that they actually do that. Because I know I wouldn't. You know, I'd sit there and get it done. Like, what the hell's the point, you know? But to them, it's like their ritual.
Yeah, that's you know. Like I said, our first film, back the Carver House, we had our debut at the Oak Theater in Oakmont.
Premiere party.
Yep.
Very successful.
Very successful.
Good reviews.
Good reviews. We heard it was the biggest turnout for a premiere there in years. And that didn't get told to us we heard that from someone that was there, heard it from people that worked there talking about it.
And for me, one of the most flattering things was that the original cast, they actually want to come back and be a part of the sequel.
Yes, we got a little thing up our sleeve called The Witches of Brookstown, which will be the sequel to the Carver House.
I mean, and like I said, the part about the cast actually wanting to come back, to me personally, that meant like, this could have been a one-off, something they did in their spare time or just to take another project. But them wanting to come back to me just meant like, wow, like we're heading in the right direction.
Yeah.
I
mean, everyone that has seen it has just said nothing but good things about it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, we have a few people, hey, you should have done this or you should have done that. But
you're always going to have that.
Yeah, but you know what I say to them? Well, listen, you can go make your own movie and you can do whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
But they don't seem to take that advice. I don't
Right.
know what the issue is, They don't seem to, I mean, they're more than welcome. I might even let them borrow a camera. But they're more than welcome to go do any film they want, And another way, too, though, and this is another thing I got to say about, like, critics and I did a lot of music videos, and what I tell the artists is if 50 different people did the music video, it would look 50 different ways. Because the editing, you just have to kind of trust the vision of whoever's editing,
Right.
And if you don't, it's not going to work. You're not going to be happy with it. And, a lot of people are control freaks, so it's hard to... It's hard to deliver on that because you don't know what, like me personally, like when I see myself on film, sometimes I'm like, oh man, I hate that shot of me. Like I hate it. Other people look at it and go, what's wrong with it? I don't see nothing wrong with it. So it can be a lot of like your insecurities coming through. But I feel like with this project, if 50 different people would have wrote it, it would have been 50 different stories.
Right.
You can't just always allow everyone's opinion to bother you. You know what I mean? Like,
I know what you're talking about from some past films I've done and stuff like that. When you go back and look at the final show, you're like it just.
One of the things
I don't like how it looks. It was too close up, and
yeah,
you can't go back and do that because it won't have the same feel as it did.
I heard someone in an interview was talking about they were an extra in a major film budget, and they did the same one scene for 2 days straight, 8 hours or 10 hours a day. One scene.
See, that's a Hollywood stuff. It's mind-boggling. Like, you waste thousands of dollars for like one scene. Like,
yeah. One thing I will say though is the things I've learned from this project to put into the next one. It's just you learn so much from your own mistakes. So any of you filmmakers out there, my advice would be get the film done, get it edited, and then just you're gonna learn so much.
Yeah,
so
you'll have good days and bad days, but trust me, just if you believe in it, keep doing it.
Yeah, if you believe in it, and there's a lot of very prestigious filmmakers that never went to school for none of this stuff. They just believed in themselves and started going.
Right.
I don't think Quentin Tarantino went to school. I don't think who's the guy that did all the Batman?
Christopher
Nolan. I don't believe he did. I think I read somewhere that he didn't.
I know he just won a Golden Globe or something the other day.
Did he?
Yeah.
His movies are intense.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Didn't he do the one with Leo too? The oh man, damn it.
I know he did something with Leonardo.
Okay. Oh my God, I can see the name in my head.
I've probably never seen it, but one thing I always wanted him to do when he was in the Batman is actually introduce Robin, and I wanted him to have the Riddler in it too.
Well, didn't they make the claim that Gordon? Oh my God, I can't think of his name either. Inception. Isn't Inception the movie that he did with Lee?
Yeah.
I believe so. And that movie's intense. Like, like you have to be crazy to even understand that movie. God, what's his name? Gordon Love Hewitt or something?
Oh.
What the heck's his name? Yeah, Inception is the Christopher Nolan movie, and that movie's badass. Let me look up.
Yeah.
We are not prepared.
So we all know what you're talking about.
No, this is what I'm saying. We need to do, we need to study before we do this stuff. We got to stop going, off the cuff, Mm-hmm. Isn't it like Gordon Hewitt or something? Damn it. What the?
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Yeah, they tried to make him, he was going to be Robin, but then that was the last film. So it actually never was technically Robin.
Joseph
Batman.
Gordon-Levitt.
Yeah.
I was saying Joseph Gordon-Love Hewitt or something.
Yeah, but I mean, he wasn't technically like Robin. He was never in a costume. He's going to be Robin in the next film.
No, they were supposed to be.
Christopher Nolan was done with his trilogy. I mean, I wish after the one with Joker, The Dark Knight, the next one would have had Robin in the beginning of the film, throughout the whole film.
Yeah, they were saying that they were implying that he's Robin.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
But by that one, Batman was supposed to be done, though, anyhow.
Yeah. I heard, I always say I heard, I mean, I read somewhere online. Mm-hmm. I read somewhere online that, aren't they offering Christopher Nolan another 3 movies if he wants it?
Yeah. Right now with Warner Brothers and Batman, everyone's like so crazy right now because here's the way I feel about this. Okay, I love Batman, and right now though they're just like throwing so much Batman at everyone. It's like it's hard to kind of follow up on everything. Mm-hmm. Like I said, once the movie comes out, I'll go see it. But if you're Robert Pattinson, you get the casting role of a lifetime. You get Batman. All of a sudden, here's the Flash movie. They're bringing back Michael Keaton. Now bringing back Ben Affleck. Now George Clooney was part of that.
I think Spider-Man started that. Remember the movie had all of them?
Last one or whatever. But now there's a new Batman, The Brave and the Bold. Supposedly George Clooney's playing Batman in that one now. There's supposed to be a standalone Michael Keaton film, I heard, like a new one.
Yeah.
It's like older Batman.
They should bring Jack Nicholson back for the Joker. They might.
And now that, who's that guy just took over for DC? The guy from...
talking about the actor?
No, James Gunn from Guardians of the Galaxy.
James Wan? Or no, that's James Wan from
Gunn, is that his name? Well, he's like the new head of DC. I think it's James Gunn. Now he's doing his own new casting of Batman.
So there's Wild Wild West with Batman right now.
It's Wild Wild West with Batman right now. And one actor I heard it they were talking about is the guy that plays Reacher, that real strong-looking guy.
You were right, James Gunn.
Yeah.
And Peter Safran assumed control of the company.
And then they want Christopher Nolan to do a new Batman thing. It's just like...
I think it's because those movies they're making so much money.
That's what I think it is, too. I mean,
they're making money, and they figure, hey...
Let's go now.
Up yours.
I mean, that's how it was years ago. How many movies, they wouldn't make the sequel and stuff like that. Then when it was red hot, then 20 years later, here's part 2. Like, that's stupid.
Yeah. I watched Batman Returns recently, and I was blown...
That's like my favorite Christmas film.
Well, I'm not getting into that, but I was blown away by the cinematography. Yeah, of course, I've always known the movie my whole life, you know what I mean? But to watch it now, because I haven't seen it in so many years, I'm like, wow, this movie was next level. Like, Tim Burton.
Yeah.
But
you can't go wrong with Tim Burton.
But it was like I appreciated the movie in a whole different light, because it's always been like a darker movie.
Absolutely.
Like part 1's kind of dark too, though. Really.
Oh yeah.
The one with Jack Nicholson, but part 3 is more like not dark at all.
Well,
different director, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's when they got rid of Tim Burton from Batman Returns for how dark it was. That was supposed to be a kids' film. I think it was the first time ever McDonald's had pulled their promotion out of the restaurants over all these parents complaining about how dark that it was. It's a horror film,
Yeah, it might as well be.
But there's actually supposed to be a dark version of Batman Forever that they've been talking about releasing on HBO Max.
Okay.
That Joel Schumacher or whatever that did it. And people were talking about this movie all the time, that it's like a really dark Batman Forever. It's like a whole different movie.
I don't know. I wonder what that's like.
I just hope they do actually release it one day. I'd love to see it.
It's supposed to be the same cut? A different cut?
It's kind of like you take Halloween 6, how there's 2 different versions of the movie. Like the producer's cut is a whole different movie opposed to the Curse of Michael Myers.
Yeah.
The origin of Michael Myers. They're 2 different films.
Right.
They have some of the same scenes in them, yes, but I mean, there are two different, stories of the movie.
2 different storylines?
They're like the same storyline, but it's different.
Okay. I've seen it one time. I don't really remember.
Mm-hmm.
I remember 6 was one of your favorites.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't think I could. If you just showed me the extended cut and the regular one, I might
funny.
recognize.
Like, people hate Halloween 6. I don't know why.
I think because it's so dark and there's no people like what people really like is like the H2O Halloweens.
Yeah, which is like
I know that hurts your feelings, but
yeah,
but that's what people actually want. I don't know why, but they do. I mean, Carver House was kind of like that in a sense. You know what I mean? Like now, obviously we weren't using like A-list people, but it had that kind of feel to it.
Right.
But I feel like it had the same kind of formula, if that makes sense.
I mean, look at all the rewrites and stuff we did before we put the final script together. Originally, just one witch. It was going to be Pearl Chafee with Harvey Carver, and all of a sudden, then we had another witch, and then another witch. I said, wait a minute, 3 witches? And you're like, why 3? I was like, trust me, 3's perfect. And remember, you're like, are you sure about this? I said, yeah, trust me. And it's going to make more sense once we do 3 witches. That way they have like a little bit more, more of a team opposed to the 5 ghost hunters. You know?
Oh, yeah, for sure. As far as the sequel goes, if you are an aspiring actress out there or actor and you want to be involved, get a hold of us, on all the social media stuff at Sicktastic.
On Instagram.
I'll put the link below. That way we won't try to.
Right.
I'll just put the link below. But yeah, we do need new faces. So
even if you have no experience and you just want to come out and have fun with it, come on out.
Yeah, at least come audition. We'll have a casting call probably soon. Trying to lock all that down. So yeah. Any other news? How about Ian Ziering? Today. Today, Ian Ziering. Was that today?
It was a couple days ago.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Well, I heard about it today. I guess he got sideswiped by a crew of like motorcycle, people like on those little ninjas or wherever they are, and he gets out to kick some ass, and they jump him. But he, that's interesting.
Yeah, he held his own though.
Oh, he held his own for sure. I mean, even get out the car to handle it was handling his own. He wasn't afraid.
No.
So major props to Ian. Glad he got out of that situation okay.
Kapow.
Oh yeah, and that was
Ian.
good. Who else? What?
I said, way to go, Ian.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
I just thought it was funny watching a video today.
I was. Ian kicked some ass, huh?
Actually, he will be coming to Pittsburgh for the Steel City Con in April.
Good thing he didn't get whooped on. You know what I mean? He might not show up.
Him, Jason Priestley, and Shannon Doherty, as of now, from Beverly Hills 90210, will be in attendance.
Nice. That'd be great.
Yeah.
I'm a big Jason Priestley fan myself.
Mm-hmm.
Do
you remember that movie he did where he met Marilyn Monroe or was supposed to go on a date with her? And
oh, yeah.
He gave his friend a date or something.
Yeah. What I don't understand about that at all, though, is why did Jason Priestley not become like an A-list actor?
He should have.
He really should have. I mean, he could act. He was good.
He could act, Had the charm.
Yeah, the charm, had everything. But it seemed like maybe he passed on a couple roles, and then maybe people stopped offering him. I don't know.
Or he stayed on Beverly Hills 90210 for too long. By the time, it was like...
He did, but there still would have been time.
Because, I mean, that's how it is. Like, remember Luke Perry left early, did that Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
He did a couple movies.
Man, Pee Wee Herman in it.
He had the movie about... where he's like a bull rider or something, 8 Seconds. I don't know what it's called.
Oh, okay. I mean,
but
I know he's done some stuff, but I mean...
Yeah, Luke Perry should have also been a major... I mean, they are. They're still... I don't know if they're A-list, but they are. Are they A-list? I don't know. They're not A-list compared to, like, Leonardo DiCaprio.
But everyone knows who they are.
Yeah. And they're great. Like, I don't... they should have definitely... you think they would have prospered a little more... just career-wise, for acting, like just straight acting.
Well, Ian got real big with that Sharknado. Even that's only been, the last 10 years or something.
Yeah.
That all 6 movies.
But those are like cult following movies.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Those aren't, I've
I've
never even seen. I think I saw one of them.
I've seen the first one when it first came out. And
that's probably the one I
saw some of the second one, I think one of the other ones for a little bit. I didn't finish the whole thing. I'd like to sit down and watch all of them, though.
Oh, you want to have a Sharknado?
I wouldn't mind. I'm not against it.
The hell's the word? Sharknado?
Marathon.
Marathon, yeah.
I'm not against it.
Yeah. Who could pass up an opportunity like that, What is some of the worst movies you've ever seen without bashing people, but like just you just watching it? What the hell?
Yeah, I'm not trying to bash people's films. Obviously, I know it's like I don't want people bashing our films. So, but there has been some movies that I've just seen that have been really bad. Some movies that like you're excited to see them, and as you're watching, you're just like, "What am I watching here? Like,
yeah,
what's going on here?" Now, are you talking Hollywood or low budget?
No, I mean, you're right. Why even bash people? Because there's actors and feelings and people and.
Yeah, I was part of a couple low budget things where just like, all right.
They'll pull them up. Oh, you're talking? They're like, you got something to say?
No.
Like, actually, I don't. It's funny, too, is like, I have a friend of mine that he was trying to make a film and got super close, and then he got 80% done, and then it kind of just fell apart. He might have been 90% done, and literally he had like a couple scenes to go, and it just fell apart, and he still regrets it to this day. Like, he texted me like a week ago talking about how much he regrets it, and that was like 3 years ago now.
And even then, I mean, you could still pick it up, but I mean, the pieces of the puzzle were like, it's gone.
It's done. It's done. It's done. The cast has moved. It's funny too, because like one of his cast guys lives in California now. The other cast lives or the girl lives in Atlanta. Like, people move on. Like,
yeah, they don't stick around.
God, if that's not something you learn too, you got to get the stuff like now, like when you have the opportunity. Someone changes their hair. Like the one girl changed her hair, and that was it.
So we had that in the original Carver House. The girl Ashley, she was going to be in the movie a little bit longer, and she's like, well, actually, tomorrow or in a couple of days, I'm supposed to get my hair done. Mm-hmm. That's how I like to see her. No, she was going from like dark hair to blonde hair, or you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Whatever. It's like, yeah, that ain't gonna work.
Dark
hair.
hair.
We're gonna have to kill you off early in this one.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's another thing too. Like, you write these stories, and sometimes you kill a character off, and you're like, oh man, I wish we could have used them.
And then we had another guy that had like not like longer hair, but like a little bit. And all of a sudden, he buzzes his head right before he was supposed to get killed off. And so finally, he's walking out, and all his hair's short. So I don't know if anyone ever thought about it. I guess he stopped to go get a haircut in the middle
on the way over
in the house somewhere.
Yeah,
it's just like, oh well, you live, you learn that.
Yeah, independent filmmaking, and this is another little part of it. To me, outside of the writing, is obviously you have to write.
Or you get people that lose their shirts, so that's why now I'm like real strict on that.
Yeah.
Like, how'd you lose your shirt? I don't know. You had.
He's talking about not lose your shirt, like the expression, like losing your money.
Yeah, like
actually losing their shirt.
Physically losing the shirt they were wearing in the movie. Huh? How did you lose it? I don't know where I put it last. This is why I wanted to hold on to it, so I
gotta have a wardrobe person in charge.
And it's like, you really can't find it. No.
Oh man!
So I had to refigure that one out.
And at the time, that was probably one of your bigger projects that you're like. At the time, those like you were putting the most into that one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh well, at least we had fun making it.
Yeah, I mean,
you laugh about it now. At the time, it's just like, oh, come on, man, really?
Yeah.
And you don't want to be mean. It's just like I'm not, and I wasn't. I'm just like, you really can't find it. Like, come on.
And that's it, huh?
Mm-hmm.
And it's probably some crazy looking shirt to begin with.
Yeah, it was like a white shirt with like
blue
sleeves or something. Like.
Yeah, good luck finding that one in a 3X.
Yeah.
Oh, bye.
So where'd you get it? I don't remember. I'll buy you another one. Just let's go. Where's it at? I'll buy you the
No clue. It's like 3 years old. I don't know.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, you run into problems like that.
Location scouting.
Location is number one. Man, there's so many things that can go wrong that will go wrong. We had the problem where our batteries weren't working the one day on set.
Yeah, that happens.
And Aaron's there. What's going on? I don't know. The batteries aren't working. Wait, did you charge them? They've been charged. They're just not working.
Yeah, it happened to me recently at an event I was at. Just by luck, I took in 3 cameras with me. Well, here, I'm not even going to say what event it was, but I go to start recording, and all of a sudden the battery indicator, it doesn't say it's low, it just has like a number on it. I was like, what? I was like, I've never seen that. I was like, oh, maybe it's so charged that...
like supercharged.
It's like supercharged. Oh, no, it was like dying. 2 minutes into me filming, I was like, oh, my God. I had to like run over, grab the other camera. That was scary, like real scary, because that was like someone's event that I had to record live. It wasn't like a movie where we could
you
just
didn't have that time to
reschedule or something. No,
sit back and,
It was definitely scary. I want to get out of doing like live events like that. I filmed a couple stuff like that, and it's just, I don't want to. Too much pressure.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't get that one shot right then, right there, and there's no going back, camera goes out of focus sometimes. You can't say, hey, can we redo that real quick,
Mm-hmm.
Nope.
I'll tell another funny story. This from years ago from making a film is we were up in this old barn, and there was, 4 of us. Well, didn't realize that the whole thing was covered with ticks. Next thing you know, we had ticks like all over us, all over our arms, our coats,
scary.
Everything, like walking on our necks and faces, like just covered in ticks. Now we're jumping in my car after we're leaving. Now there's just ticks everywhere in my car. I had to.
Are you sure they were ticks?
Oh, they were definitely ticks.
Oh.
Well, I had to get my car, and we had to bomb my car like 3 different times for it to finally kill them all off.
That's scary.
Rolled all the way up and stuff like that.
Yeah, you can't take them home either.
Yeah. They fall, yeah. They're so small they just creep up on you. I mean, I ran into that problem.
That barn was cool, though.
It was.
Yeah. Too bad we can't get that again.
Well, I knew it wasn't going to last long, so I said, I'm going to strike while the iron's
Yeah.
hot.
Better film quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had permission for 3 days, I think.
So 3 to 4.
Yeah. And then things changed.
Yep. Relationships end.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And we get kicked out.
Shame, huh?
So, come on.
They need to do more for, like, Pittsburgh filmmakers. There's not enough resources.
No.
I don't feel like there is. Like, they say there's different groups you can join, but I've looked into it.
Yeah, what are groups? I mean, they don't give you enough. I mean,
yeah, that's kind of what it is. There's not enough to really, like, if you want to produce something that's going to be taken seriously, you're not going to do it through some group on Facebook. Now finding qualified, or not qualified, finding great like cinematographers, DPs, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All day, but like not.
Yeah, you're going to find people like that, but it's just the location thing is just so hard. I mean, you get Airbnb, they don't want you in their properties.
Right.
Every time you do something outside, someone's going to call the cops on you. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I had the cops called on me. I one time had the cops called on us, and we were supposedly had permission to film, and someone said we had a couple machetes, which we actually did, but we also had 2 like toy ones too. And the cops show up, and he's holding a gun, so everyone got their hands up in the air. What are you guys doing here? I said, we're filming a movie. You guys are supposed to know. What are you talking about? What movie? I won't say no names, but
Yeah.
next thing you know, he's like, I heard you had machetes. I was like, no, they're fake ones. So here, he's like, take me over to my car. Like my hands up in the air. Oh my God, where are those fake ones at? I cannot find them. Luckily, I found them. Like, oh, here, see, Mr. Officer, so they're plastics. Like, oh, okay.
I thought you were talking about the time that girl ran and threw a blanket over herself because she was afraid the police were there.
That was the same time. She got a warrant for arrest. I said, I don't know.
So
you have to ask her yourself.
The police pull up to where they're filming. This girl takes off running, jumps into a car, and throws a blanket over herself. Not because she had a warrant or anything. She was just scared the police showed up. But the police, how else are they going to interpret it? They're like, does she have a warrant for her arrest?
And I can't define. I'm like this with a gun pointed at me.
Yeah. You don't even know her last name. How are you supposed to know? Yeah, that was a good time.
So if you want to make a movie, you're going to go through some sacrifices.
Oh,
It's going to be fun, though, in the end. You can laugh about all this stuff later on.
Yeah.
We actually kind of laughed about it later on, right after all that happened, actually. Yeah, we were told to pack up and get out of there.
Yeah.
That was it. All right, show's over. You guys are out.
Oh, I know.
I mean, there's stories like that. I could go on and on about crazy stories. I almost drowned one time, too, filming a scene.
How?
Went to the water, and my coat got stuck on a rock thing, and it was, like, holding me underwater. So I don't know how it was. It was, like, over my head. And I somehow, the water was, like, up to here, and I couldn't break out of it.
I almost got real messed up one time. I was filming in an old warehouse. That one warehouse that we wanted to use, I can't say where, but remember the first one I wanted to use?
Yeah.
So there's a big, like, 10-foot hole in the middle of the floor in one section of it. It's just a big, massive hole. Well, here I was using my light from the camera to find, like, I dropped like 2 different things. I had a battery and something else I had to pick up. Well, it got so dark so fast that I'm like, oh, I'm like using the light on the camera to guide myself through the warehouse. Well, because I'm shining the light this way and I'm walking this way, I don't see right. I'm walking right towards that hole. Well, here I go to step and I feel like there's like nothing, and I just jump like at an angle, like, and still trying to hold the light up and not break the light. I just felt myself and twisted myself just because I knew if I didn't, I was gonna go like. And that would be about a 12-foot drop. I mean, it would be. It would
higher. Yeah,
no, it might be higher.
Boards.
Yeah, and no, it would be. Put it like this. I actually, I was shook over the thought of it. Like, even like days later, I was like, oh, like, man, if I would have fell, like, oh my God.
You had also walked over that like a little bridge thing that had a little thin piece of wood over top.
Yeah,
it was like a straight drop. Like
I told someone
feet.
was up there. I said, hey, get the hell off there. Someone was up there.
Someone was up there, and
yeah, like it was just a piece of. It was a man-made bridge.
Some little
from wood from like 50 years ago, and
I probably couldn't
but
hold much
right below it was just a bit like that was about a 20-foot drop at least.
Oh yeah.
But they couldn't see it.
And it was straight concrete too.
Yeah, straight concrete. Yeah, just straight concrete. Like, but you could see how the drop was if you were standing at the forefront of the center of it. Yeah, it was. Thank God too. Like even like in that house we were filming in, there was a hole in the floor there, and I'm not big enough for someone to fall through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that one board on the end would have moved a little bit more. Someone could have went through because
they could have snapped it. Yeah,
the seams were right by that. And we were like, oh, let's move it over more.
Yeah,
that's all. That's all laying down. Boo!
That'd have been just
God,
awful. Anything else in the news lately? I guess. Wait, now since the last time we've done an episode, we've lost some people.
Yeah.
We've lost the great Paul Rubens.
Yeah.
That's happened after.
Yeah.
So we've lost Pee Wee Herman, which that's got to be one of your.
Yeah, he's right here.
That's an extreme loss for you, right?
Yeah, it was.
Who else? The Fiend.
Bray Wyatt.
Which I still can't get over Bray Wyatt passing.
Yeah, that's a crazy one there.
When it happened, I was like, this got to be a hoax. One of those WWE sick Vince McMahon hoaxes, But it seems to be real. Like, it's sad. Like, it's unbelievable. Who else is there who passed away?
There's been a lot of.
There's been a lot of, yeah.
Definitely Bray Wyatt was definitely a tough one. He was like the new big face of wrestling. In my world, he was like the new big face of wrestling.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, most like original wrestler in years.
Well, I think you liked him because he was like the darkness,
Mm-hmm.
And there's been a lot of original, or would you say original?
Yeah, like how he had like his own like version, but different characters. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's just unbelievable that someone like him would pass away.
Mm-hmm.
Seems so strong and this and that, and just wow. Can't think of anyone else who has, but like I said, just because we don't plan anything.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sitting here on the spot,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so one of them, I guess what you could say one of the more exciting things we did, even though we just talked about it, was we did 2 premiere parties for the Carver House. It was fun,
Oh, everyone seemed to like it. The second one was a masquerade party as well.
Yeah, and that venue's so nice too. They're both venues were really
they
nice.
were top notch.
And I think every rollout we do, if we do another project, it has to be 2 premiere parties.
We're definitely going to do another big premiere for the Witches Broke Down. I mean, we're not setting a date right now, but we're looking to start filming soon. Like I said, we're looking for people to be part of the film. If you were interested, contact us on Instagram.
Yeah, we need some witches for sure.
Many, many, many witches.
It'd be nice to have like an army of witches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if we'll be able to pull that off, but
Oh, yeah. Never say never. Because, I mean, once people see, like, the first film and whatnot, or just hear about it, we show them a clip, even if just watching a movie trailer on YouTube, I could be part of the second one. Okay. It shows it's legit.
Once we get it on the streaming services, I think it'll be so much easier to...
We're looking at Tubi and
Prime.
Amazon Prime.
Yeah, I hope you don't have to be exclusive with one or the other. I don't know.
I doubt it, because I think I'm sure some of the stuff that's on Tubi is on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
I think Tubi's actually my favorite streaming service because it's free.
Yeah.
And everything, the catalog is just so nice.
Yeah.
I mean, there's just so many things to choose from. And I don't mind watching a 30-second commercial here and there, whatever. It's free.
I think Tubi still. No, I think eventually they do put some in the middle of the project, or not project. And they put some in the middle of the film too.
And Amazon.
No, Tubi.
That's what I was saying.
Or is that just at the beginning?
They'll put something in the middle too, here and there. But
what I don't like is Hulu, the way that Hulu does it. Because say you're watching something and the volume's like on a 7, when the ad kicks in, it's like boom. It's like, the ad is like way louder than the show that you're watching.
See, I had Hulu, I think twice now. I just don't keep it. I never have nothing good on there. The only thing I ever really liked on there was original was that Batman and Bill, about Bill Finger, the artist who drew Batman. With Bob Kane, but never got the credit for it until it was a Batman v Superman. It's the first film he ever got his name credited as being a creator of Batman.
At least he got something, right?
Well, his family got something.
His family got something, yeah. I wonder what part he actually played in creating them.
He's the one that drew him.
Drew the character.
Bob Kane came up with the concept, and Bill Finger's the artist that drew him.
So now he finally gets credit.
Finally gets the credit he deserves.
That's good.
But Carver House.
Yeah, we're trying to make this the theme of this podcast is about the Carver House, the premiere party. The Wendy had brought her photographer friend, the Zorn.
Yes.
Zorn Photography, and man, we both love his work.
Yeah.
For sure. We had BarJutsu Podcast was there. We appreciated them being there.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks, guys. We appreciated that. We went on to their podcast. We went on to Bump in the Night Society's podcast. We went on to Paranormal in Pennsylvania podcast. But we went on a bunch of podcasts.
I know there's another one lined up we haven't done yet. But
yeah, it was like 2 we haven't done yet. But that was cool. Definitely shout out to Paranormal in Pennsylvania. We really like what they do, too.
Yeah, we'd like to work with them again on something.
Oh, yeah. They have a show on YouTube and, obviously Instagram and all that stuff. Bump in the Night, they've been doing a lot of stuff. They're like out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're really out there now.
I think they've been doing like segments with the news, and I mean they're getting out there big time. So that's pretty cool to see that. And we get along with their crew. They were involved with the project too, like with supplying us with the actual gadgets that they had for ghost hunting and stuff.
EVPs and stuff, yeah.
Yeah, we should have had that our own, but it was cool to.
Well, I mean, when he said, he said he was going to do it, and
yeah,
I mean, they already got the stuff. Why are we going to buy it? They already.
Yeah. Spirit boxes. So, I know there's other stuff too, but that was cool.
Yeah, Sean did some cool stuff by training all the actors and whatnot how to use everything. So it made them look like they actually knew what they were talking. I wasn't like, hey, look, it's lighting up.
We were supposed to get some ghost hunting supplies, but we still haven't done that.
Yeah, it's still. That's another ongoing project that'll probably happen soon.
Ryan's wearing his Youngstown Ghost Hunter shirt, by the way.
A little tribute to the Carver House.
Available on sicktastic.com. The group from the Carver House is from Youngstown, Ohio, so that's their crew right there. Which I don't think we played that up enough in the movie.
No, I think we originally had it, and we just didn't get certain things filmed that would have
really show.
Had a little bit better, like it showed.
Yeah.
But
I mean, we're not perfect,
Yeah.
We have plenty more to grow.
I mean, there's definitely a lot of scenes I wanted to have done, just never got done, but it's whatever.
Yeah.
Can't complain about it now.
Complain about it now or write it to the sequel.
Right to the sequel.
But yeah, I guess anything else you want to say? I guess any shout outs you want to give?
Big thank you to all of our cast and crew, everyone that helped make the Carver House be successful. Jamal, thank you so much for everything you've done, sticking by our side through all this. Thank you. Wendy Lee Rounds, thank you for everything you've done.
Behind the scenes.
Dawn Laurie, thank you. Caitlin Bliss, thank you.
Dana Bacode,
thank
Sammy.
you so much. Sammy, thank you. Alex, thank you. Calvin, thank you.
Who else? I mean, there's so many.
Juliana, thank you.
Yeah, I was thinking about who else came to the premiere though. Allison Blackwell,
thank you.
She was great. Danny.
Danny, thank you.
What's Danny's? Both Danny's.
Is it Ledbetter?
Danny Ledbetter and Italy LeBoy.
Yep.
Okay, and there was also Daniel Valdez Toretto.
Mike Ankis.
Mike Ackness was there, and wife.
So
I mean, we had so many people there. Oh God, I know we're forgetting somebody now. It's gonna be so bad.
We didn't say your name. It's not personal. We just
yeah. We need to prepare more.
Yeah.
No, this really.
Oh, the real Guy Wiles was in the house.
Yeah, we tried to give him away as a raffle, but no one bought any. Eric Connors.
Samuel
family. Connors.
Jalen Capone was in the house.
Yeah. Bobby. Well, I was trying to keep the casting crew.
Melinda's whole crew. Yeah,
well,
there's
just relax,
so many
relax.
people.
Yeah. Now you're getting carried away. Your neighbor, blah, blah. She was there.
Everyone was there.
Yeah, everyone was there. And if we haven't blocked you on Facebook yet, we will find you and remove you accordingly for not attending. No, I'm just kidding. I'm sure you will make it to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Then we'll block you if you don't show up.
Yep.
But other than that, I think we should wrap up.
Things.
Oh, yeah, I think we should wrap it up, though.
Yep.
Mass Culture Podcast number 9. We're going to try to be back more consistently. We'll see how this goes.
Alrighty.
All right.